Hello friends, today we take some information about chain drive. So what is chain drive? A transmission system in which power is transferred to the driving wheel through the driven wheel by using pin. In case of belt drive and rope drive, while transmitting motion, slip is occurred. To avoid this slipping, steel chain are used in chain drive. Steel chain are made up of number of rigid links and hinged together by using pin joint. During driving and driven wheel, special teeth profile are provided and fit into the corresponding recess in the chain link. Chain drive is called as positive drive because slip is absent. We get constant velocity ratio for chain drive. Chain drive mostly used to transmit motion and power from one shaft to another shaft for short center to center distance. Means chain drive is transmission system in which we transfer power and motion. Chain drive is positive drive because while transmitting motion, slip is absent in chain drive. We get constant velocity ratio for chain drive. In chain drive, steel chain are used to avoid the slipping. Mostly chain drive is used for very short center to center distance. Application of chain drive: bicycle, motorcycle, agricultural machineries, road roller, textile industries. Here you see the picture of chain drive, a transmission system in which we transfer power and motion by using pin. Small wheel is a driven sprocket, small wheel is a driving sprocket, bigger wheel is a driven sprocket. Steel chain are used and hinged together by pin joint. Chain drive is basically used to very short center to center distance. Chain drive is a positive drive because while we transmitting motion, slip is absent in chain drive. We get constant velocity ratio for chain drive. Types of chain: mainly three types of chain: hoisting chain, conveyor chain, power transmitting chain. Hoisting chain: these chain are used to lift heavy load. The links of this chain may be all type or square type. Manufacturing cost of square link is more than the all link. This type of link produce noise. Conveyor chain: these chain are used to conveying or elevating the material at moderate speed. They offer smooth running quantities because they are made up of cast iron. Power transmitting chain: these chain are used when the center to center distance between two shafts is short. In this chain, lubrication is required. The life of power transmitting chain is more than the hoisting chain and conveyor chain. Sprocket: sprocket is a thin wheel teeth around at its outer edge and fit into the corresponding recess. Mostly used sprocket is taper lock sprocket, pilot bore sprocket, plate wheel sprocket. Here you see the picture of chains: hoisting chain, conveyor chain, power transmitting chain. First, hoisting chain. In that two type of chain: chain with all link, chain with square link. Manufacturing cost of square link is more than the all link, but all link is mostly preferable in many applications. Hoisting chain produce noise. Conveyor chain. Conveyor chain are used to conveying or the elevating material at moderate speed. They offer smooth running quantities because chain of conveyor is made up of cast iron. Power transmitting chain. Power transmitting chain is used when the center to center distance between two shafts is very short. In power transmitting chain, lubrication is required for their operation. The life of power transmitting chain is more than the hoisting chain and conveyor chain. Three types of power transmitting chain: bush chain, silent chain, roller chain. Bush chain produce noise. In silent chain, there is no relative motion between teeth and sprocket wheel, therefore its operation is noiseless. Bush roller chain, which is simple in construction and give good performance under working condition. Angular velocity ratio for two sprocket. Show the arrangement of chain drive in which smaller is a driving sprocket, bigger is a driven sprocket. Two sprockets are moved in anti-clockwise direction. When the two sprockets are rotated, A point will reaches A1 and B point will reaches B1. If we extend point AB, we get point I. I is the point where the angular velocity of these two sprockets is same. We get omega 1 into IO1 is equals to omega 2 into IO2. Omega 1 upon omega 2 is equals to IO2 upon IO1. So IO2 is equals to IO1 plus O1 O2. If we divide IO1 O1 separately two term, we get omega 1 upon omega 2 is equals to 1 plus O1 O2 upon IO1. Comparison between chain drive and belt drive. In belt drive, driving element are driving pulley, driven pulley. In chain drive, driving element are driving sprocket, driven sprocket and chain. Chain drive is a positive drive because slip is absent. Belt drive is a non-positive drive because in belt drive slip is occur. We get constant velocity ratio for chain drive. We not get constant velocity ratio for belt drive. Space required for belt drive is more. Space required for chain drive is less. Lubrication, which is necessary in chain drive, in belt drive lubrication is not required. Power transmitting capacity of belt drive is less. Power transmitting capacity of chain drive is high. Manufacturing cost of belt drive is less. Manufacturing cost of chain drive is high. Advantages of chain drive. In chain drive, there is a no slip, hence we get constant velocity ratio. Chain drive, which is required less space as compared to belt and rope drive. For very short center to center distance, chain drive give higher transmission efficiency up to 98%. Chain drive has an ability to transmit motion shaft by using only one chain. Chain drive can operate at low temperature. Disadvantages of chain drive. Manufacturing cost of chain drive is high because steel chain are used in chain drive. Chain drives need accurate mounting and proper lubrication for their performance. Chain drive is more noisy as compared to belt and rope drive.